Welcome to Audiobook Central. Your click to this audiobook will give you thoughts, power and energy what you need, because you was looking for it, that's why you clicked this video. For more amazing life lessons and book summaries, subscribe to Audiobook Central. In this audiobook let's start to discuss an important lessons from Stoic book Letters by Seneca. In this audiobook we will discuss summary of first 20 letters. Stay tuned for more because these are the life-changing lesson. Let's get started. Letter 1. On saving time. In this letter, Seneca stresses the preciousness of time and the need to use it wisely. He reminds Lucilius that time is a finite resource and encourages him to reflect on how he spends his days. Seneca advises against wasting time on trivial matters or indulging in activities that don't contribute to personal growth or the pursuit of virtue. He emphasizes the importance of focusing on meaningful endeavors and cultivating a sense of purpose in life. Letter 2. On discursiveness in reading. Seneca offers guidance on reading and learning effectively. He cautions against aimless and superficial reading, urging Lucilius to prioritize depth over breadth. Seneca suggests that it is better to focus on a few significant works and study them thoroughly, allowing for a deeper understanding and assimilation of knowledge. He encourages critical thinking, reflection, and the application of learned wisdom to one's own life. Letter 3. On true and false friendship. Seneca delves into the nature of friendship, distinguishing between true and false friendships. He explains that a true friend is someone who supports and encourages virtue, someone with whom one can share deep bonds of trust and loyalty. Seneca advises Lucilius to be discerning in choosing friends and to cultivate relationships based on mutual respect, honesty, and shared philosophical values. He warns against associating with people who are insincere, self-serving, or lacking in moral character. Letter 4. On the terrors of death. Seneca addresses the universal fear of death and its impact on human existence. He encourages Lucilius to confront and come to terms with the inevitability of death, rather than allowing it to consume his thoughts and actions. Seneca argues that by accepting death as a natural part of life, one can cultivate courage and live more fully in the present moment. He suggests that contemplating mortality can serve as a powerful motivator to make the most of the time we have and to prioritize what truly matters. Letter 5. On the philosopher's mean. Seneca explores the idea of the philosopher's mean, which refers to finding a balanced approach to life. He advises Lucilius to avoid the extremes of excessive indulgence and asceticism. Seneca encourages moderation in the pursuit of material wealth, suggesting that true wealth lies in wisdom, virtue, and inner contentment. He urges Lucilius to focus on developing his character and intellect rather than being overly preoccupied with accumulating material possessions. Letter 6. On sharing knowledge. Seneca highlights the importance of sharing knowledge and wisdom with others. He encourages Lucilius to teach and impart his knowledge generously, recognizing that by sharing, one can enhance their own understanding and contribute to the intellectual growth of others. Seneca emphasizes that knowledge gains value when it is put into practice and shared with sincerity and humility. He reminds Lucilius that the ultimate goal of knowledge is not mere accumulation but its application for the betterment of oneself and society. Letter 7. On crowds. Seneca reflects on the drawbacks of being constantly surrounded by crowds and external distractions. He encourages Lucilius to seek solitude and carve out moments of silence and stillness. Seneca argues that solitude provides an opportunity for introspection, self-reflection, and the cultivation of inner tranquility. He suggests that by withdrawing from the noise and demands of the world, one can gain clarity, focus, and a deeper understanding of oneself and the nature of reality. Letter 8. On the philosopher's seclusion. Building upon the previous letter, Seneca explores the benefits of seclusion for philosophical reflection and self-improvement. He advises Lucilius to create intentional moments of seclusion, free from distractions, in order to engage in philosophical contemplation. Seneca argues that through seclusion, one can detach from external influences and delve into profound questions of existence, morality, and the nature of the human condition. He emphasizes the need for solitude as a means of nurturing wisdom, inner strength, and resilience. Letter 9. On philosophy and friendship. Seneca connects the concepts of philosophy and friendship, highlighting their intertwined nature. He suggests that true friendship should be founded on shared philosophical values and a commitment to virtue. Seneca argues that a genuine friend is someone who helps us grow morally and intellectually, someone with whom we can engage in meaningful conversations and seek guidance. He advises Lucilius to surround himself with friends who inspire him to lead a life of wisdom, integrity, and personal growth. Letter 10. On cultivating inner strength. Seneca encourages Lucilius to cultivate inner strength and resilience in the face of adversity. He reminds him that life is filled with challenges, but our responses to them determine our character and well-being. Seneca advises embracing difficulties as opportunities for growth, urging Lucilius to face them with courage, perseverance, and a calm mind. He emphasizes the importance of self-discipline, self-restraint, and developing an inner fortress that is impervious to external disturbances. Letter 11. On the blush of modesty. In this letter, Seneca delves into the virtue of modesty and its significance in one's character. He explains that modesty is not about self-deprecation but rather a humble acknowledgement of one's limitations and a recognition of the inherent worth of others. Seneca emphasizes the importance of avoiding excessive pride and arrogance, which can lead to a distorted self-perception and hinder personal growth. He advises Lucilius to cultivate a genuine sense of modesty that reflects an understanding of his place in the world and a willingness to learn from others. Letter 12. On old age and death. Seneca addresses the inevitable process of aging and the approaching reality of death. He explores the fears and anxieties that often accompany old age and offers guidance on embracing this stage of life with wisdom and grace. Seneca emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment, cherishing the opportunities and joys that each day brings. He encourages Lucilius to confront his mortality and view death not as a source of fear, but as a natural part of the human journey. Seneca reminds him that a life well lived is not measured by its length but by the virtues and values embodied in it. Letter 13. On groundless fears. Seneca tackles the irrational fears that grip the human mind and hinder personal progress. He explores the common nature of groundless fears, which often arise from irrational thoughts and assumptions. Seneca advises Lucilius to examine his fears critically, to question their validity, and to confront them with reason and logic. He suggests that by analyzing the root causes of these fears, one can diminish their power and free oneself from their grip. Seneca encourages Lucilius to cultivate inner strength and resilience in the face of uncertainties, reminding him that fears are often products of the imagination rather than actual threats. Letter 14. On the reasons for withdrawing from the world. Seneca discusses the benefits and motivations for seeking periods of withdrawal and solitude. He explains that by withdrawing from the world occasionally, one can find respite from external distractions and engage in self-reflection. Seneca advises Lucilius to create intentional moments of seclusion to reassess his values, align his actions with his principles, and gain clarity on his goals. He emphasizes that solitude provides an opportunity for self-discovery, the contemplation of deeper truths, and the cultivation of inner tranquility. Seneca encourages Lucilius to strike a balance between active engagement with the world and the periods of retreat necessary for personal growth. Letter 15. On brawn and brains. In this letter, Seneca explores the relationship between physical strength and intellectual pursuits. He explains that while physical exercise and fitness are important for maintaining a healthy body, they should not overshadow the development of intellectual and moral virtues. Seneca advises Lucilius to prioritize the cultivation of wisdom, self-awareness, and moral character over mere physical prowess. He emphasizes that true strength lies in the ability to navigate the challenges of life with wisdom and inner resilience. Seneca encourages Lucilius to exercise his mental faculties, engage in philosophical contemplation, and strive for excellence in intellectual pursuits. Letter 16. On philosophy as a guide to life. Seneca extols the virtues of philosophy as a practical guide for living a virtuous life. He emphasizes that philosophy is not merely an intellectual exercise but a transformative practice that shapes one's thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Seneca advises Lucilius to immerse himself in the study of philosophy, not for the sake of accumulating knowledge, but to apply its teachings in daily life. He encourages Lucilius to integrate philosophical principles into his decision-making, problem-solving, and interactions with others. Seneca highlights the power of reason, wisdom, and self-awareness in navigating life's challenges and finding meaning and fulfillment. Letter 17. On Philosophy and Wealth. Seneca explores the relationship between philosophy and wealth, shedding light on the Stoic perspective on material possessions. He emphasizes that true riches lie in wisdom, virtue, and inner contentment rather than in the accumulation of wealth. Seneca advises Lucilius to use wealth as a tool for good rather than becoming consumed by the pursuit of wealth for its own sake. He encourages him to approach money and possessions with a mindset of sufficiency, recognizing the intrinsic worth of philosophical pursuits and the importance of cultivating inner richness. Seneca reminds Lucilius that true wealth is found in the virtues and values one embodies, not in external possessions. Letter 18. On Festivals and Fasting. In this letter, Seneca reflects on the nature of festivals and the practice of fasting. He cautions Lucilius against excessive indulgence and mindless participation in festivities, urging him to approach such occasions with moderation and self-restraint. Seneca advises him to use these events as opportunities for self-reflection, moral contemplation, and the cultivation of virtues. He discusses the benefits of occasional fasting as a means of discipline and self-control, reminding Lucilius that the body does not require constant indulgence. Seneca emphasizes the importance of maintaining a balanced approach to both feasting and fasting, ensuring that one's actions align with virtuous principles. Letter 19. On Worldly Distractions. Seneca addresses the distractions and temptations of the world that can hinder the pursuit of virtue and inner peace. He discusses the allure of wealth, social status, and the approval of others, cautioning Lucilius against becoming ensnared in these external desires. Seneca advises him to cultivate an inner fortress of self-reliance, focusing on internal values and the development of character. He emphasizes the need to resist societal pressures and to prioritize wisdom, integrity, and inner peace over fleeting external rewards. Seneca encourages Lucilius to detach himself from the influence of worldly distractions and to cultivate a mindset of resilience and self-reliance. Letter 20. On Practicing Poverty. Seneca explores the Stoic practice of voluntary poverty as a means to liberate oneself from the trappings of material wealth and external desires. He discusses the freedom and inner tranquility that come from detaching oneself from excessive possessions and worldly attachments. Seneca encourages Lucilius to embrace simplicity and view poverty as a virtue rather than a burden. He emphasizes that true wealth lies in the richness of one's character, the cultivation of wisdom, and the pursuit of noble virtues, rather than in the accumulation of material possessions. Seneca suggests that practicing poverty can serve as a powerful reminder of the impermanence of worldly things and help one focus on what truly matters in life. Throughout these letters, Seneca provides in-depth insights, practical advice, and philosophical reflections on various aspects of life. By delving into topics such as modesty, aging, fears, solitude, physical and intellectual pursuits, the role of philosophy, wealth, distractions, and poverty, Seneca guides Lucilius and readers on the path of self-improvement, virtue, and inner peace. His teachings offer a comprehensive framework for living a meaningful and fulfilling life in accordance with Stoic principles. Here our summary of 20 letters by Seneca N. Thanks for listening to Audiobook Central.